My name is Miranda New. I'm the writer or the author for the Sammy Tilvertus Guide to Revolution, and this is my cover artist.
Hi, I'm Joshua Warlick.
So we're here today to introduce, we're revealing the brand new cover coming out for the Frightened Fox. But before we do, I thought it'd be fun to talk to Josh here about the process he went through making the covers, and just generally how he managed to make them this awesome. But before we do that, I feel like, Josh, we should talk about the original cover.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So this is the original. This is the original cover. Amazingly did not sell.
Yeah.
So give me some feedback, Josh. What's the problem with this cover? Why weren't people into it?
Well, when I first saw it, I didn't think much of it. I thought it was a good attempt, but I did get a very different vibe from it than I thought was exactly intended, because to me it looked like kind of like the Nazca lines, like this kind of art that was drawn on the ground and was meant to be seen from like an aerial shot, and it gave that impression because it was almost like this shadow line around it, and so it feels as if it actually is something dug out of the ground. So and it also a little just bit like primitive looking as far as the line work.
I'm going to say that the new family does primitive with line. So I can even tell you that this background originally, it's Steve's Bible. I got real desperate and we couldn't pay for any kind of backgrounds, and I didn't know, so I said, what would happen if we scanned this Bible and if we just put the picture on top?
Yeah.
Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, so of course it almost looks like some sort of revolutionary pamphlet that you'd pass around, and a really expensive one though, because it got leather.
The revolution is doing better these days.
Yeah, right.
What eventually happened was I realized that this was horrible and no one would ever read my story, and so we hired Josh on, and here is the Moxy Byrd.
Yeah. So initially Stephen asked me to just actually asked me to just help with some sketches, and he kind of got me into the whole thing just through me helping him out with that, and
desperation, honestly.
Yeah. And then there was talk of me kind of like getting paid to do it and all that. So I guess I was like, all right, maybe I should take this a little bit more seriously. and so I just started out with like sketching things out and getting some feedback. And I was getting a lot of my ideas about the vibe of it just from that initial cover. And
bad choice.
So even the pose of the crane here actually evolved quite a bit, because we went through quite a few different poses, and I was taking that first one of like the crane with the head tilted up and pointing upward, and then when we looked at that, they were like, well, it just doesn't look dangerous enough, we need
People use the word dangerous crane like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it's just like so I started just thinking completely differently about it, and moved away from trying to make it look beautiful to a little bit more edgy and dangerous. And
we'll have to we'll put the pictures up, you guys. If you want to see Josh's original beautiful crane sketches, can we put the pictures up?
Oh, of course, yeah. I think I might have those still.
So tell me, okay, so we'll be honest, we didn't tell Josh very much of anything except we want a dangerous crane and there needs to be a bear claw to match the theme.
Mm-hmm.
And the green, I guess the green, we told you we needed green.
Yes, green, yes.
But the rest of it, where did this crane come from?
Well, when you're drawing animals, you just want to look at a lot of reference pictures, and I was looking at tons of reference photos from like Pinterest, and so I just went.
It's all Pinterest.
Yes, it's all Pinterest, but that's fine. I mean, you can get the photos anywhere.
The stories from Google. Pinterest, honestly.
Right, Google.
Dystopian Pinterest. There's a whole.
So yeah, I mean, it's not like I can go around looking at cranes, in the wild or anything. But so just looking at some cranes, and found some pretty cool poses, and worked from that to come up with the final design. And just to talk a little bit more about the process, after the sketch, I was just like, well, I'm not sure exactly. I haven't really designed covers before, and I don't do like a lot of graphic design either. But I just started playing with it, like on Photoshop, and playing with it. I couldn't put it down, and so after many hours of just working with it, yeah, that was the result. And sometimes I don't even know exactly how the layers are interacting to get the exact effect that's in it.
There's so many. How many layers are? Because Steve and I got the file, and I think Steve was like, "We can't use this file the way it is. There's so many layers. The size of this file will destroy the internet."
Because I was experimenting a lot. The bird itself is a couple of different layers, because I was initially thinking about making the bird white. But I went away from that because another thing that influenced the design was the idea of it being used as a tattoo within the storyline. So I wanted it to be something that somebody would, be able to just rock on their arm, and be like, yeah, this
as
is
opposed to my stick
amazing.
drawing.
Yeah, just a really cool tattoo that somebody would actually put on their arm, and. Yeah, so that's kind of why I went with the black for the crane rather than like a white crane or something like that. Yeah, but I was playing around even with the possibility of different colors as well.